Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So there's a lot of different updates going on, and this is all bullish stuff regardless of my stance, my personal opinion on things. It's bullish, it's good, it's something for us to look forward to, and it's pushing us forward regardless of the direction it is, so to speak. Long pause there, but I kind of see the direction as just heading straight but kind of deviating off the path slightly. It's all going to come down, bite to crunch that until it affects you and it has a direct effect on you again. You're probably not going to notice these slight deviations with the whole idea of updating stuff to break it to come back to fix it later. We've been down this path. We've seen it before, but it really has to kind of slap you in the face for you to realize that. So let's bring up LUNC Dash. Let's take a look at the 3 active proposals. So you've got Genuine Lab security upgrade packages. We've got the reinstating of the 5% commission for validators. And then we've also got Frag's software upgrade. And I'll bring this up quickly. We'll cover this first before we push forward. I know a lot of you are wondering what's going on with Station currently moving to V3. All of those different kind of things. So let me bring this up quickly. So this is Frag's upgrade Terra Classic to V2 4.2. I'm not going to go through, I'm not going to bore you with it. You can go through, you can look yourself. It's easy to access. The majority have probably looked at it already. This is good. This is great. This gets the previous Genuine Labs work to the point of where it should be. Cross the T's, dot the I's. Realistically, this is good. Like I was saying, it's something to be bullish about. It's something for us to grasp onto, because as much as people like burning and they like to see the burning, I think you can all kind of see now that even if you just burn 8% of the supply outright, it just doesn't do what people think it's going to do. And there's so many more inventive ways of doing those burns to generate a user base, so to speak, even if, right, they're burning it and getting LUNC in replacement, just something silly like that, that benefits the chain rather than just burning it and that being the end of the cycle, that being the end of that user's hold in our blockchain if they're only holding USTC, so to speak. So if you haven't noticed yet, Station has mostly moved to V3. You can use the mobile version. It's a little bit buggy. I've heard issues of people not being able to send. I've made transactions myself. They do work on the mobile version. So what I'm currently doing is scrapping this, not using V3 because it's just too buggy. And this was something that I knew was going to be an ultimatum, so to speak, just because no one really cares about the LUNC chain apart from us, the community, and those who are realistically here all the time, building, supporting. It's just never ever been in TFL's best intentions to ensure we've got everything we need, ensure that if they release updates, they go through, they work with our development team to more or less cross the T's and dot the I's, right? So everything does work. So those bare necessities of governance show up, but they're just not showing up. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link to what I'm showing you here in the description. So go and grab it, connect your wallets if you want to see what I'm seeing. This is more or less a home-built station coming from the Strafe department. So, you know, use it at your own risk. There are warnings saying that this is an early beta version and etc, etc. Now, with all of this being said, right, I've done tests, I can send, I can do everything I need to do. I can do my validator maintenance stuff. This is really good to see this, and it shows just how easy it is when someone has good intentions for the blockchain, what can be built, because you've never ever seen this built just for the chain, just something just built for the chain because you needed it. And I think this is really important moving forward and for the community to understand who's drilling holes in the boat, who's bailing water out, and realistically who's ready to jump ship or who's part of a completely different ship and they're just a spy on board looking to benefit wherever they can, so to speak. So the voting on all of this is a little bit not what I expected, to be quite honest. I think people are aping into things quite quickly. This is definitely a good idea, although it kind of leaves the DCM in question. I wanted to elaborate on this yesterday, but I just got swamped within real life work. You guys know how it is, but you want to remove a DCM entirely. You just don't want it there at all whatsoever at this point, because if you're reinstating a minimum 5% commission, you're still leaving all of these people in a position where they're going to struggle because of the DCM, because it alters everything and it changes things based on how much voting power you've got. There's so many coins, right? There's less than 1 trillion locked up currently. If I bring up LUNC Dash, I think it's less than 1 trillion coins are now staked. Yeah, so if we look at delegations, we've dropped below 1 trillion. There's like 6 trillion more coins, something like that, right? That could possibly be locked up over time. It's only going to get more and more and more. By this time next year, the likelihood is there'll be 2 trillion coins locked up, and then 3 trillion coins locked up, then 4. It's just something that's going to happen. It's going to take over, and more voting power is going to land at this blockchain. And a lot of the times, right, it's not getting to where it should get to. So for me, as much as this is good reinstating this, I think another proposal needs to get put into play to remove the DCM, and then another proposal to come in to introduce a maximum 5% commission, right? So for example, say a validator's got 20% commission, the max reward is 10% commission. They would cap out at 10% commission, and anything else they would normally get just goes back into the community pool, or just doesn't distribute, the Oracle rewards pool, or just doesn't distribute it entirely. We're at a point now where the chain only has so much to give, and it can only take so much stress and so many pillaging and plundering attacks before eventually it will keel over and it will sort of start to give up and start to fade. We need more energy putting into giving back to the blockchain, instead of people being of that one mind and just being like, well, we'll create another node to get around the dynamic commission, because validators are still going to want to double node because of the simple fact that the DCM messes around with everything. So I think you can tweak it, you can do all sorts of different things, you can change the air and fuel mix, you can do all of those things, but it's just not going to change the key factors of what that DCM is now causing people to do. And like I said, I'm at the end of my limits with things where I think to myself, why not just double node? Why not just have 2 nodes? Why not concede? But it's one of those ones. So like I said, if you want to use the wallet.terra classic wallet, which you're free to use at any point if you want, links to it in the description. It's really easy. Just tap up here in the corner, connect your wallet. You can use the QR code to connect your mobile, or you can connect through the extension. Currently, as it stands, this is more reliable than the current V3 build. I hope in the future that the V3 build will accommodate us more, but I just don't see this happening with all of the money they're going to have tied up in the court case, all of the different things going on. DK more or less not conceding to fate is just costing everybody more money in the long run, and I just know that we're not in TFL's best interest. And I learned this over a period of time when I thought to myself, well, maybe it's us, maybe it's not them, maybe it's us. It's not us, it's them. It's entirely them. They're upgrading everything to V3, right? So all of those legacy assets, as much as people sit there and split the hairs and say to themselves, well, this means that they would have to give ownership of the legacy mobile app and all. Well, this is how business world works. The difference is they're not doing that, right? They're not giving us all the legacy assets. They don't want to see us be able to stand on our own 2 legs, and they want us to constantly be barking up their door for help and to more or less do different things. It's ridiculous. Even before this update, it was buggy as heck. The swaps don't work, all sorts of different stuff like that. But I hope, like I've been saying, right, with this makeshift wallet system that's been put together, right, you can start to see that the reason why Astroport hasn't been fixed is because of a simple fact: it's in nobody's best interests. The reason why we don't have our own on-chain wallet system is because, you guessed it, it's not in everybody's best interests. So I'm really looking forward to all of these different updates. Hopefully they pass. Hopefully we get a lot of bullish momentum, and hopefully this picks us up out of this very laggy kind of situation that we are more or less falling victim to at the time. Because if we compare ourselves, and realistically we can compare ourselves to loads of different coins currently, we're just not performing. USTC nor LUNC charts are both looking very much the same, very laggy. We have been moving up, don't get me wrong, we've been moving up, but we're lagging. We used to make huge moves, almost doing 1000x pumps if you were grabbing the bottom, moving to the top. But since that kind of area of our lifetime has played out. We're in this zone of becoming very laggy, like XRP. We tend to move after BTC, and when we do move, the moves are still not heavy. We normally lose the majority of the pump, and I just think things could change if people started giving more to the blockchain, and instead of validators not providing anything. I mean, if you think about it, we provide so much as a validator, and if validators provided as much as we provided, and every individual validator was doing what we was doing, but with different stuff, different technology, and everything was built for the chain, I think the chain would be in a better place. I think you would see lots of different meme coins being launched from this blockchain. And as much as people are saying, yes, well, these coins are being launched on the blockchain technology, the difference is the trading pools, the pairs, everything's done on a third-party app. It's not done on chain. We don't have swapping. We don't benefit from it as much as we could. We benefit from it very, 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 very lightly, so to speak. I think you're just going to get the taxes, the gas fees, and the burns, and it's all just going to be very minimal compared to what comes from those trading pools, what happens on that third-party platform. And, you know, this is what LUNC will keep falling victim to time and time and time again. But like I was saying, guys, I'm really bullish. I'm still on target for that 30,000 points per coin. I think that's where we're going. I think BTC is going to pump off with a huge god candle before it decides to come down. I think it has to punch an all-time high in order for us to come down for this big cool off that we're all looking forward to. Guys, I'm going to be doing a live stream today, so keep an eye out. I think it'd be between 12 and 1 p.m. today, so join us if you feel like it. Lots of different people over the past couple of days have got involved in the Patreon. They've noticed how much there is to gain there. They're looking forward to the 3 wallets that I'm dropping. They're getting involved in the giveaway. They're getting so much extra just by diving into that. So if that's something you're looking for a community where you can get alpha calls, you can get early access to different kind of things I'm getting involved in, then maybe that's for you. If that's not for you and you're more kind of a solo guy, maybe the trading indicators for you, this thing's absolutely amazing. You've seen it on my screen many times. Consider checking it out. It's absolutely outstanding. If you've got LUNC, you can delegate with us through Station or Trust Wallet, and we've got auto compounding available at hccfactory.com. Guys, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.